and Brownstone was always known as the harmonies, the vocals, the power, but also it can bring it down softly. And then when we come to your second album, the second album that came out, it had a beautiful vibe. But I was a big fan of the music industry, and I noticed that there was a lot of shifting, lots of mergers between labels, and there was a big shift towards hip hop, and certain songs and albums weren't getting the love and respect that it did. I mean, Nikki, from the inside, what was your thought? I mean, you've come up with a Platinum Plus debut album, and now here's a sophomore album. What was your thoughts about how it?
I definitely started to feel the shift. There was something we used to call the sophomore jitters or the sophomore jinx, where artists were really working to meet the first album, which is futile, because the first time you hear a record like If You Love Me, you can never do that again, right? Yeah. So I did see that there was sort of this shift, and then we started to evolve as well. So I won't put it all on the record company, because the beautiful thing about being signed to MJJ, and shout out to Jerry Greenberg, who was just a phenomenal, incredible human being to us. Jerry was one of the good guys, is one of the good guys in the industry. Let's keep him lifted in prayer. He's just getting over a heart attack. And he and I spoke a couple of days ago, because of course I had to share the single with him. But Jerry really instilled a lot of knowledge in us. And the label was committed. I think what started to happen is, after the first album, Mimi left. She made the decision to leave actually before the album. We were in the UK, and she was like, okay, this is it for me. I'm wrapping it up. So we were able to plan and kind of, we did a whole thing on BET where we swapped out members, and Keena came, which was amazing. Donnie Simpson, you talked about him earlier. Mm-hmm. So there was a beautiful moment there where Mimi passed the baton, and she went on to become an educator. That's great. So there was that moment that kind of shifted some things within the group. And then Maxee, honestly, if we're totally transparent, started to want to do more in the space of her music, her vibe, pop stuff. So she had made the decision, which was crazy, on the second album, like, hey, we'd actually just done a performance for Kiss and Tell on the Keenan Ivory Wayans show, and she had told us before that performance, and that was the last performance that we had done. And Keena and I were just kind of there, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to find another person, so it was just kind of over. I was, a lot of people assume that I ran off to do a solo career. Absolutely. I was getting offers from the label, to do a solo album. It's just not something I've ever really wanted to do. I've always enjoyed music as a group and harmonies. So, the long and the short of that is it wasn't just the label. I mean, obviously, when group members start dropping off and you don't know if you're going to get that same magic, the budgets shrink up a little bit. But it was also some onus and responsibility on the group, and we were going through a shift. And Mimi made the decision to leave after album 1. Maxie made the decision to leave after album 2, and I chose to wait for Arin and Teisha for album 3.
Okay. No, I mean, it's good to be able to get that out there now. And I guess the thing, it's funny because I think of Brownstone. I'm one of the biggest Michael Jackson fans out there, but I don't think of Michael Jackson when I think of Brownstone. So it's to your credit that unlike 3T, we think, oh yeah, that's Michael's nephews on his label. I keep forgetting that you guys were, his
first group signed to Michael Jackson's label.
To his label. Then, yourself, Men of Vision, because I've spoken to them. Yeah. So, but as I said, I always forget that. So that's
Tatiana Ali.
Okay. Yeah. I did. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You see,
was Terrell one of his, or no?
Terrell Higgs?
Yeah. No.
No, she was at Motown.
Yeah, I think she was at Motown. It was 3T, Quo, Tatiana Ali, and Men of Vision.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
In Brownstone.
But that's what I'm saying, that you guys stood out, that it wasn't, oh, this is Michael's kind of group. And Hey everyone, I want to thank you for being part of Halftime Chats. This new update is really about our membership, and I'm really excited to be able to fully launch the membership page. There will be things like full interviews from day one. As soon as the interview drops, you get access to it without any ads on it. There'll be some exclusive member-only videos that will just be some behind-the-scenes stuff and some other things that we will never be broadcast. For some members, you can be able to get actually 2 interviews because I do have a backlog of almost 7 or 8 interviews that I don't even know when I'm going to be able to broadcast them. So you're able to get at least some of those up front, and some just behind the scenes stuff, because there's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes that I have never been able to talk about or release. For everyone else, you know what, the videos will still be the same. Over a week or a week and a half or 2 weeks, depending on how long it is. So everything stays the same. The polls stay the same. The community chats, the community stuff stays the same. But I think with the membership stuff, I'm able to add a little bit more and invest a lot more time and energy in really supporting the members. So I do hope you come on that ride with me. I appreciate the support, and this will just help me continue to invest in taking things to the next level. Take care.
I begin to